Why, hello there, strangers. I'm back. It's me, and I have returned from the land of Greece, where everything was stupidly hot, and I couldn't handle it, because, Jesus, the sun, it's so strong, did you know? I'm one of those people who watches YouTube videos, so clearly I never go outside, so when one does encounter such a monstrosity as the bright glowing ball in the sky, which we call the sun, it is badly affecting me, so that's what happened. I burned to a crisp. But hey, I'm here, I'm back, Pokemon is in order, so let's get to it. So, I'm going to lead off with Conkeldurr against a Jolteon, and being Assault Vest, of course, I can sponge up those hits all day. Conkeldurr, as we talked before, remember about that sponge Pokemon? Well, Conkeldurr does a pretty good job of mimicking it, I would say. So, sponge up the Volt Switch, go for a knockoff as he brings in the Charizard, and it turns out to be an X. Now, obviously, the thing with Charizard is you don't know which way it's going to flip or flop, if it's going to go 1X, 1Y, who knows why, it just, I really don't, and I didn't, so I had to stay in, I had to try and grab at some straws, clutch at some hay, find out what it was. It turns out it's X, and turns out it's actually going to do a lot of damage to itself with the Flare Blitz, so that's one good thing. The bad thing is Grass Knot happens. Now, I can't quite remember why this occurred. Either, number one, it was because I ran out of time, and it was the first move in my slot, and it went for it, or I was trying to be fancy and predict a Lapras and go for Grass Knot. I think it was probably me trying to be fancy and predict Lapras. I think the Grass Knot timeout thing happened in my Think Fast video, so anyway, I get lucky because he doesn't take the opportunity to try and strike me down with Charizard. Instead, opts to Roost and gives me the window to just slide in there and get off my Surf after the Roost has happened, which is able to knock it out. So, whew, one big throw out of the way. Fortunately, I have to switch because, of course, Jolteon's coming in. But I have Special Offensive Heatran, so I'm going to go into Carl. He's a good man, he's a good lad, and he'll take that really nicely. So I have a really good opportunity here to throw down the rocks. It seems that Jolteon is not going to be staying in, and he switches into a Dusclops. Has one ever seen such a thing recently? No, I haven't really seen Dusclops around. It's really popular in 5th gen because of Eviolite being a new item, and everyone's like, hey man, this is a cool Pokemon to use. And it turns out this gen is going to be running some trick room shenanigans. It's going to be really halting me down a bit and making me stall things out because that's what I'm going to have to do to stop the trick room from ruining my life. So I ended up, I believe, Toxicking him there, which was very vital because, of course, Dusclops are a pain in the ass to deal with, and killing it is just one of those things where you have to wait it out, and Toxicking it is really vital. So I end up doing that. The trick room's coming in, and obviously the best thing he has to utilize the trick room is his slowest Pokemon here, and probably an offensive kind of Lapras, I'm thinking, going on. Something along those lines. I Lava Plume anyway, just to, scout some damage. Maybe hit a burn on the switch. And I, of course, have Protect as well. So I can scout. I can see what kind of Lapras this is. Is it going to be carrying the Scald to the Surf, or is it going to be going all out with Hydro Pump? Turns out he loves the Hydro Pump. It is all about that for this Lapras. So I'm going to switch into my Jellicent. A really obvious play, but one that I really had to make. Otherwise, Heatran would be dying a lot, and I wouldn't have that on my plate. So I'm going to go into Jellicent, get the Water Absorb, think I am good at home free to take anything from the Lapras. Nope, because it turns out he not only freeze dries me, but gets the freeze. However, ladies and gentlemen, I am not to be thwarted, so I thwarted myself out of it. Oh, yeah. And I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and I manage to burn it, and I'm really happy with myself, because Jellicent, king of the fishes, clearly is able to, dodge out the way of all those freezing. I'm not going to get frozen. Fuck that noise. Get out of here. So, recover, thinking after the Twist Dimensions return to normal, that Lapras is going to switch, but motherfucker! Just Jellicent. It doesn't do anything mean. It just wanted to live. It just wanted to not get frozen. But what is this damn life, for fuck's sake? Oh, I couldn't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I literally couldn't believe it. 2 freeze dries, 2 freezes. Is that a thing? I guess it is now. I guess it is, but in any case, I have to switch. I'm not going to stay in. Jirachi's coming in. He can do a great job, so that's what I'm going to relegate things to now. I can't handle the situation with Jellicent no longer. He did his job once. You can't do it again. It's just, regardless. You know what happens? Raji comes in, it sets up a Calm Mind, and you guys know I love Raji, I love me my sub Calm Mind set, it's my favourite in the whole entire world. And so, as you can clearly see, I'm going to try and take every ample opportunity to set it up in front of his team and hopefully get some stuff going. So, the Calm Mind on the switch to the Dusclops, a sub on the Trick Room, you know, there's some kind of stuff I can play around with here. If he ends up being faster than me and breaking subs, I can continuously sub. If I end up being faster, then I can kind of Calm Mind and then sub accordingly, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to be faster in the Trick Room, which he set up, but I end up going for the Psyshock after +1, and it does a decent chunk. Nothing super significant, but it's going to, you know, put me in good stead. It allows me this turn, because he has Nightshade, and of course I'm a 101 Subarachi, or at level 50 it's some other value which I'm not aware of because I can't do maths quickly. But what I could have done there is set up another substitute and been able to, of course, you know, be behind a barrier for the next Pokemon. I didn't. I thought that maybe he was going to try and curse me or something. I don't know why I did that, honestly, but regardless, nothing I can really do about it, and I made a decision, and that is being stuck to. So, brings in Lapras to die. Fantastic. That thing's out the way. I could have saved it for death fodder later, but whatever, not a huge deal. It wasn't really going to be that useful. So, brings in Lucario. Now, I know I can't kill it with +1. Psyshock is good, but Lucario has decent-ish defenses, so it can take it, then hit me with a crunch, which I'm not a fan of because he crits. So I'm like, god damn, what is this luck today? I'm not a big fan of where this is going. Looks like maybe he could chip me off with an extreme speed, but he actually has the bullet punch instead, and despite the fact that it's stab and it is gonna be doing some good damage, it doesn't quite do enough, not even half really of what was needed to take me out. So I managed to finish him off with the second Psyshock, and Raji, despite being at a minuscule enough HP, is kind of in a good position, killing things, I guess. Until this moment, of course, because in comes Jolteon, fires off a Kraken Bolt from the sky, and I can't dodge out the way of that. No, I can't. No matter how many ways you try and spit it out. So, last Pokemon, Jolteon. No, it's not. What am I saying? I bring Terrakion. Terrak, gonna try and smash things with its giant hooves, and Stone Edge is what I'm gonna opt to, because obviously the Latias is a Pokemon that is available for the switch in, and a Stone Edge is guaranteed to hit KO. However, I do not want to risk the miss, and I know I can take out Latias later with some other stuff. So I'm going to go into my Jellicent. Oh, I feel so bad for it. I'm just like foddering it off. It didn't mean to freeze itself. It just happened twice. It sucks. It really does. I guess the worst part of this would be if he was a Calm Mind set and kind of took the opportunity while I was frozen to set up on me. But I thought, hey, I'm going to go with this Jellicent Majig. I'm going to try and, you know, burn myself out. And I do have Scald, actually, so that's great. I got that rid of. Why did I do that before? I guess because I was in against the Lapras and I would have given it Water Absorb. Probably. Anyway, that's another matter. In any case, I actually managed to get the burn here. There's a little bit of redemption going on. A bit of Red Dead redemption, because this Latias is a red, and as soon as it's gonna be dead. And there'll be redemption for the fact that my Jellicent just... See, you gotta interlink and weave words. This is how the English language works. It's like a hill, it's like a river, it's like one of those washed up things. And I like it. I enjoy using them. In any case, Greninja's coming in. He's got to go for the Ice Beam. Ice Beam kills Latias and goes and dies as well. That's my crazy bit of commentary for today. And now back to regular. So, Jolteon is the last. This is what I was thinking of before, I believe. It's going to come in. It's going to try go for T-Bolt, which it's going to actually be successful in. Surprisingly, not super effective because I changed my type to Ice thanks to Protein. But, of course, as we all know, Mr. T in the building. Horse Hoof #1 classic. Derby. Lovely, fantastic. Smack him in the face with that and off you go. And there you have it. I beat John 2. I don't know what happened to John 1. Maybe he was busy, you know, being the original John. God, if you are a person who manages to, like, on forums or anything, if your name is John, and you get, like, on Twitter, if you're at John on Twitter, that's fucking impressive. You have to, like, be there day one on Twitter to get at John. I wonder who has at John on Twitter. I'm going to go and look that up right now after this video. So, anyway, that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like down below. And I think in the future, you can give me money because apparently YouTube are implementing a tip jar, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. So I guess soon we're going to be saying rate, comment, give me money, subscribe, because whatever. But that's it. So anyway, thank yous and bye, and I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good day, good night, good whatever, and stay healthy. See ya.